Welcome to episode 9 of the Crescent City Connection podcast. What a week for Louisiana sports, Louisiana football.
Complete beatdown, Louisiana vs. Texas, and we were the clear victor.
Yeah, let's start off. Let's talk about that Saints game last night. Wow, what a game. What a game that was. Roller coaster ride the whole way. Started off kind of slow in the first half, but in the second half, we kicked it into gear. The defense started stepping up, and what an ending. All right, Bob, what you think about that game?
I knew we were going to come out a little slow, a little rusty. Drew only played about a series the whole preseason, so no matter who you are, you're going to come out rusty if you haven't played anything yet or seen real fast competition. But a rare interception in the red zone, that was kind of...
Yeah, that's very rare for him.
That was very rare. It was almost like I put my hands on my head when he did it. Like, what the hell are you doing? Just throw the ball up. Just throw it up.
Kind of outside of his comfort zone.
Exactly.
He was rolling out, trying to run to make a pass work.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand he was trying to extend the play. Just you got to throw that up a little bit.
I think that he didn't think that the linebacker was going to turn their head. When he threw that ball, I don't think the linebacker was looking back and he thought he could sneak it in. But it was a good play by Merciless for the Texans.
But either way, we still drove down the field pretty well, even though starting off a little slow. That's the good part about that. Defense, though, holy hell.
Yeah.
The whole game they said they were going after Eli Apple and P.J. Williams, and they did exactly that. Our safeties didn't help with Hopkins over the top. I mean, Marshawn was doing his best, but no help. The guy is all pro, one of the best in the game, and you got to double team that guy, and Von Bell was nowhere to be around to help out with him. You saw in a couple touchdowns, he ran right behind him. And then another interception that he should have had. Hopkins dropped, thankfully, but he underjudged the ball. He underjudged the ball and it completely missed it. He's got to get better than that.
Well, I think that's going to be all season. Teams are going to be picking on P.J. Williams and Eli Apple. But Hopkins, he cannot be defended by one guy.
No, exactly.
Like, he was right on him on pretty much all of them balls, and he's still you can't defend a perfect pass, and then if you got a great receiver, you just can't defend that.
Lattimore was closing in on him outstandingly. Every time the ball was thrown his way, he broke on it. Great tackles, great hit. It's just hard to guard Hopkins. He is one of the best, and we have to do a better job next time we see a wide receiver at that caliber on double teaming him or keeping our eye on him when he gets deep into the secondary.
Yeah, Hopkins, 8 catches, 111 yards, and 2 TDs on Lattimore.
And that's with like 3 drop passes.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Could have been even more.
But I also think that has a little bit to do with in the first half, we wasn't getting much pressure on Deshaun. And even in the second half, we would blitz because we couldn't get pressure with just 4 guys. So Dennis Allen was having to create pressure by blitzing. And what was happening, the blitz wasn't getting to him, and Deshaun was stepping up, and he would either run it or he'd have man-to-man covers on the outside. And you're not going to man-to-man cover
for 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You can't, anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was just finding the lanes through the blitzes like a running back and just, I mean, don't get us wrong.
They killed us on third down.
He is an outstanding athlete, but we got to... Our game plan has to maintain running quarterbacks, and I don't think we did a very good job at that.
He's definitely one of the best. I got him like right outside the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's borderline elite now. I mean,
he's
that dude's good.
Some of the throws he made last night.
I was about to say the 2 throws he made to score a touchdown with 30 seconds to go.
On the money.
I think the second to last one on the sideline was probably the most impressive one.
Yeah, very.
If you go back and look at that throw, the margin for error is he dropped it right on him.
And another thing, 180 rushing yards for the Texans. The Saints were one of the best run defenses in the league last year, but they're missing right now Sheldon Rankins and Onyemata is suspended for the first 2 weeks.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's huge.
They were really attacking the center of our defense in rushing. So when you can't stop the run, that opens up the pass, and that's why they were able to exploit P.J. Williams and Eli Apple.
Yeah, about our corners, we re-signed Patrick Robinson. I thought that was our worst signing we could have did.
He can't even see the field right now.
Exactly, can't see the field, no help, just wasting money yet again. One of those Saints trends that we just throw money at players that sit on the bench or get injured. It's a reoccurring thing for us.
I feel like for Eli and for PJ Williams, you have to put safety over the top, and then I know Hopkins went off against Lattimore, but you have to just put Lattimore shadowing the best wide receiver and then protect the other two, because they're going to be attacking PJ Williams and Eli Apple all season long.
I agree. I completely agree. I mean, Marcus Williams is kind of a ball hawk back there. He had a great interception, and Marshawn Lattimore would have had an interception too if one of our defensive linemen didn't jump the gun.
It looked like that interception came from what he's talking about, having him, helping.
And then Von Bell almost had a pick too, right over his hands.
Exactly. So we're there, but it seems like
I think he led the team in tackles actually. I mean, he wasn't too bad.
Yeah, he's better at like run defense than actually coverage. Yeah. He's not really a good cover safety. Marcus Williams is our cover safety back there, and he's been doing well for us.
I think he has 7 interceptions in the last since his rookie year. So 7 interceptions, and this is a third year, I believe. That's not bad for a safety.
So what were we doing at the end of the game right there? How did they get man-to-man coverage?
We tried to blitz.
PJ Williams.
We tried to blitz.
Yeah, it's looked like a failed blitz.
It was a spread out offense. You saw it was 4 or 5 receivers, spread out offense, and we sent 5. So that's man to man.
Yeah, we sent one linebacker and we kept one linebacker back to spy
in case you run, and that gave you 5-on-5 coverage. And Kenny Stills, one of our ex.
Why not just put a safety back there just in case?
I mean,
look, it's gonna be a lot easier when we have Rankins back and Onyemata, because we'll be able to rush 4 and still get pressure. And so I don't think later on in the season we'll be rushing on plays like that. I think we'll be able to rush 4 and then sit back in coverage. So it was definitely a big win without those 2 key defensive linemen. So but the offense in the second half, they really turned it on.
More on a defense. What do y'all think? Hendrickson versus Davenport. What do y'all think? Hendrickson he had 2 sacks last night. He looked pretty good.
Dude, in my opinion, Hendrickson right now is the better defensive end.
This is his 3rd year, isn't it?
I think it's his second.
Is it second?
Second year.
Well, they say they usually improve on their 3rd year.
Well, he's definitely more established right now. I mean, Davenport, he's not getting pressure.
No.
Right now, Cameron Jordan is the only guy on that whole line getting pressure. If it's not coming from him,
then Watson had all day
back there.
All day. And
so
he was dropping dimes.
The few times you seen in the second half, we started playing Hendrickson on the right end by himself, and then we would move Davenport and Cam Jordan together on one side.
Davenport and Cam Jordan were good together. There was actually one play where Davenport, he actually had 3 guys that he was pushing to the side, and Cam Jordan came behind him and went around and got the sack.
Yeah, what they doing? They running stunts off of them, and the offensive linemen never know if they're gonna twist around each other or do 2 bull rushes or try to come off the end together. It's a pretty good duo. I do like how they were playing them together.
Yeah, they were
I like that, because Davenport is actually quick for a defensive lineman.
Super fast,
and he's strong.
Yeah, he improved his strength.
Exactly. So instead of putting him by himself, I'm like, all right, try to do your thing 1-on-1 and go get him.
And they
maybe he could be a help
standing up. If you see, they've standing them both up, and they're using them as speed rushers.
Exactly.
Yes.
What Davenport does may not show up on a stat line, but if he can get his hands up and maybe deflect a throw every now and then or something,
I still see potential in him. I think he's just raw.
Last night he directly caused the incomplete pass. Like he got in Watson's face and he didn't try to tackle him. He just stood in front of him.
And that was one thing I noticed. Demario Davis had a straight line blitz at Deshaun Watson, but he didn't chop his feet, and Deshaun juked him right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
What you saying is, Davenport, he actually played it smart and kind of slowed down, shuffled his feet,
and then he stood
and put his hands up and contested the pass.
And it was incomplete.
And then if he wouldn't have passed and he would have ran, he would have been right there.
Yep.
So that was really good defense by him. I definitely see potential in him. I just think he's improving every game. So
I want to talk about this halftime blunder by the refs. Once again, unbelievable. So what happened was we throw the ball for a first down.
It was like 3rd and 17.
Yeah, it was about 3rd and 17 and 3rd and a long way. We throw the ball for the first down. We don't get the first down, and it goes
terrible spot.
It goes 4th to 1. 4th and 1. We hurry up and get to the line, and Drew Brees does a QB sneak.
Yeah, and got the first down.
Got the first down. What the refs call it off and say that they reviewing the 3rd down play. So if you are reviewing the 3rd down play, your time should go back to where the play ended.
Exactly.
The time did not go back. It stayed at 26 seconds after Drew Brees ran the second play.
Yeah, they took the time off that it took for them to decide to review the play.
Exactly. So
how does that happen?
So when they come back and say that the play has been reversed and we got the first down and 10 seconds should be run off the clock, they had to put 36 seconds back on the clock because that's when the pass to Michael Thomas ended. But instead,
it was actually 41 seconds.
All right, 41.
So it should have been 31.
It should have been 31.
Michael Thomas got down on that catch, they had 41 seconds left. That's when the clock should have been stopped for the review. But instead they let the clock run, like you said, when Drew Brees QB sneaked all the way to 24 seconds. So when they reversed the call, they took the 10-second runoff off of 24 instead of 41, which is a difference of 17 seconds.
Yeah.
That 17 seconds is
like
huge.
It's like 10 more yards for a field goal.
Look what we did at the end of the game with that much time left.
Exactly.
And you do have the option of taking a timeout to stop, to prevent the 10-second runoff, but you need that timeout to set up the field goal, so we couldn't do that.
Exactly. Smart decision by Sean Payton. I know a lot of people are saying they'll take the timeout for the time, but no, you use that play and call a timeout to see what you do.
Yeah, to set up a field goal.
If we get those extra 3 points before the half, at the end of the game, you're talking about a 9-point lead.
Exactly.
Where it doesn't matter what Texans.
Just think a 17-second difference on a drive at the end of a half or a game. That's huge. 17 seconds.
And I know Lutz hit the 58 game winner and the halftime was 56, but that's still a long field goal to go for.
Yeah, but 17 seconds we could have got
exactly 17 seconds could have been 10 yards closer for a 46 45 yarder, and but that's easy.
We probably would have made the field goal if it was closer. And
exactly.
The end of the game, we'd have had it. We'd have won it like without having a
exactly
that impacted the whole game.
Texans would have been even going on a faster pace, and they would have had to try an onside kick, and we would have been playing prevention instead of catch up.
We're not as mad now because we won the game. It didn't
cost us, yeah.
But if we wouldn't have won the game, you look back and that would have costed us the game. And you got all the attention on you as the referees from last year in NFC Championships. So all eyes on you, and you mess up again. And that wasn't even a hard call to make. Like, what's going on?
I don't understand this either. They got referees in New York watching the game. It's a Monday night game. It's the only game on right now. And you have referees in New York. You got referees in the booth. You got referees on the field. And yet nobody mentions this. And then you come in the third quarter with one of the head referees that's on the field.
Yeah, and then
that's being a commentary. It's like, oh yeah, we did make a mess up, but give these guys credit. No, I don't give these guys credit. I don't want to hear no more credit. Yeah. Technically, that's 2 games in a row, from the Rams games to this game, that they have had a big blunder call that either cost us the game or nearly cost us the game.
You know, it's bad when we're sitting there watching a game and we can officiate better than them. How can they? Why don't they have a group of officials watching the game and could be like, if they mess up on the field, get into their earphone and say, look, y'all messed up and correct this. I don't understand. Like, the NFL, they say they improved their rules. I mean, you can challenge the pass interference now, but they're still messing up. They still got work to do to correct what's going on here. I mean,
in my eyes, yeah.
But like they were saying, this referee crew had the most pressure probably in the history of referees in the NFL, and then they still made a huge mistake. A huge mistake that could have costed us the game.
At this point,
it's crazy.
You just gotta expect it every game almost. I mean, the way it's happened the last 2, you just gotta expect it.
Yeah. As Sean Payton in the locker room, I'm telling my guys, look, we have to beat the opposing team, and we have to beat the refs too.
And the sad part is we gotta beat the refs at home.
Yeah,
home field advantage, and we gotta beat the refs.
Well, that doesn't matter, as we clearly saw last year in the playoffs.
Like it blows my mind, and then. Then they called that easy flag on Hopkins absolutely destroying Marcus Williams. At least that was an easy call for them and helped us out. But great catch by Marcus Williams. What a WWE suplex.
Yeah, he suplexed him. I'm surprised you can't get ejected for that. Like, that's a straight.
I thought it was gonna be like
slam.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like unsportsmanlike and one.
Weekend.
But you're not gonna eject
Hopkins.
No, he's too good.
No,
you know,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
But I do like the way our team came running as soon as he picked him up. The whole team, the whole defense, and everybody came running to get involved in that.
Even Thomas Morstead, the punter,
exactly.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo,"
he was blowing up like he's gonna do something.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, speaking of
he's
Thomas,
got a hell of a leg. So
speaking
he
of
could probably leg kick you in the face and knock you out.
What a great punt to pin him within that 5.
In the chin
he had
Morstead.
2 punts last night, and he pinned them with one of them inside the 10 and the other one inside the 5.
I mean, that's why you paid this man the money.
I think we have the best legs in football. You got Thomas Morstead punt, and then you got a kicker.
Ice cold Lutz.
I haven't seen him miss a clutch kick as a Saint yet.
Ice cold.
By the way, that field goal would have been easily good from about 60 to 62.
I think 63. I think he had another 5 yards.
He hit the wall. He hit the wall of it. Like, nobody caught that ball. He kicked the hell out of that ball.
56-yarder that he kicked before halftime, he didn't miss it because it was short. He missed it because it was right.
Yeah, because it was right.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I had a little flashback into the Denver Broncos of a guy jumping over our center of one of our players and blocking the field goal. I was like, please, God, don't let that happen.
From that far, you gotta
kick it low. So I was like, he's going to have to kick it low and hard, and please don't let nobody get a hand on it.
That really says a lot about our kicker, to where when he was kicking that field goal, I was extremely confident that he was going to make it, and that's 58 yards.
Just get us there. He can make it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just get us anywhere within 60 yards, and I'm confident that Lutz is going to make it. And that's crazy.
By the way, Drew Brees is now second all-time in fourth quarter comebacks. Has moved up in the list.
Also second all-time passing touchdowns.
Yep, he's going.
That's another. I'm pretty sure I didn't have a doubt that was going to lead us.
Oh yeah.
On a scoring drive.
Did you see the last play where he noticed that the corners and everybody were like 10 to 15 yards off, and he hit Ted Ginn for a quick 10 yards? That's
really all we could do. We had 5 seconds left on the clock. 6 seconds before that play. We had to do a quick pass, and that's why Sean Payton, he again kept a timeout where he could call a timeout.
But that was very stupid on the Texans' part to give us that much room when you know we have 6 seconds.
They should have been press coverage right there.
But great job by Drew. That's why he's the best in the game.
Did you see how he was reading the defense and he would duck down? He's only 6 foot, so he would duck down.
Was that the first play? That was the first play on that drive, on that last drive?
Well, he was doing it all game.
Well, on the last drive especially.
Yeah.
I guess he saw a blitz or something. He gets all, like, literally right off the ground.
Yeah.
Does the audible. And
does the little one hands.
That's when he
give you the ones.
That's when he hit Ginn for the long one.
And veteran quarterbacks, like especially like Drew Brees is praying that you blitz him. And you better not tip the blitz before the play. Because where you bring the blitz from, that's where Brees is throwing it. And he's shredding you. Like, you can't blitz a quarterback as smart as Drew Brees.
Especially given your tilt to it. If you're going to be walking down to the line as a safety or a linebacker, Drew knows.
You can't tip it.
Drew knows.
Yeah.
And our play from first half to second half, like, first half, kind of slow and sluggish. Second half, got Kamara going. He was being the guy.
The third quarter was the main thing.
Taysom Hill, whenever something is slow, Taysom Hill makes a play and gets us right back. Oh my!
I feel like he's the heartbeat of this team.
How many times has he done this with a block?
A block.
It's like every time our team comes out like sleepwalking, Taysom Hill makes a play to spark the team, and then after he makes the play, it looks like a completely different team out there, defensively and offensively.
And let me tell you what play actually got the Saints hype, got Taysom Hill. He trucked that corner, and then 2 linebackers came to hit him and still did not go down.
I've never seen him go down with the first tackle.
I've never either. But he laid the wood on that dude. And then,
that was sick.
Then later down the drive, catches a pass. So first, he's quarterback, doing option read, running over corners. He's at tight end blocking. He's at punt. He's on punt as the gunner. And now he's catching a touchdown pass from Drew Brees. Put this guy in flex on fantasy already so I can plug him in.
And And play him at cornerback too. Play him at corner.
Try him out.
What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah.
Really? What's it gonna hurt?
I mean, can't get no worse.
Yeah. Sean Payton already said he's the strongest player on the team. Like, he squats over 600 pounds, and he only squats just that because they won't let him squat more because of injury concerns.
Don't want to slow him down.
And they say he's squatting that like he's getting up off a chair. Like, just getting up off a chair, he's squatting 600 pounds.
Dude, he's an athlete. A pure athlete. The most athletic player on our team, no doubt.
Super strong. He never goes down on the first tackle.
And speaking of corners, I actually saw a little thing on the web about the Saints trade for Patrick Peterson this year. I mean, he has that 4-game suspension, but
it's a 6-game suspension.
It's a 6-game? I thought it was 4.
PEDs. Yep, 6-game suspension.
Oh man.
But even then,
oh yeah,
I'd still trade for him. But what we got to give up for him? Do it, because I'm not sure if we can win a Super Bowl with Eli Apple and PJ Williams in our secondary. It's definitely concerning me.
It's going to put a lot more pressure on Drew Brees again, like those 7 and 9 seasons where he has to outscore everybody.
We're not built to do that anymore.
No. Yes,
Brees can't throw. Brees' limit is probably 40 yards, maybe.
Drew waited to the fourth quarter to throw over 20 yards. But I'm saying, until the fourth quarter, he didn't attempt one over 20 yards.
Because our only deep threat really is Ted Ginn, and defenses know that, you know?
Yeah. And that's the
Drew
problem.
Brees, 32 for 43, 370 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Has he dropped off? Those are almost 400 yards.
Oh, no, he hasn't dropped off. It's just...
What he lost in arm strength, he's gained in knowledge.
Yeah, in
accuracy. He's the most accurate quarterback in NFL history, and he's setting a new record every year. He's beating his own record every year.
This year he's going to do the passing touchdowns. So last year was yours. This year is going to be TDs.
Well, him and Brady are like 2 apart, so they'll probably flip-flop all year.
Well, Brady will probably do it because he's trying to play till he's 65.
Yeah, and then... I mean, a lot of people thought we was going to have a drop-off at running back when Mark Ingram left. 13 carries for Alvin Kamara, 97 yards. He averaged 7.5 yards per carry and added 7 catches for 72 yards. Also, Murray, Ingram's replacement in offseason, 6 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown, 7.2 yards per carry.
That's pretty efficient.
So basically, every time we handed the ball off, we was getting 7 yards.
Oh yeah, and if y'all watch Kamara run the ball from the backfield, he is so patient.
He reminds me of Le'Veon Bell.
Exactly, I was about to say that.
That one run especially where he waited the whole time and just found the hole.
Put his foot in the ground, waited for the defense to make him put his foot in the ground, and then.
And if y'all follow him on social media, y'all see his workouts with his balance, and
his balance is phenomenal.
His balance is phenomenal. Where he takes hits and still off of one leg, spinning.
It's crazy.
Jumping. He is phenomenal. He is phenomenal. Some of the things
he does.
Oh yes, I'm glad. I'm very glad we got him with a 3rd-round pick when we did.
I'd like to see us run the ball more.
Yeah,
in the next few games.
We passed it 43 times, only ran it 21 times.
I mean, we were behind, and that's usually our go-to thing when we're playing from catch-up.
Even from jump, it seemed like we was passing.
We abandoned the run game.
Yeah,
early.
I mean, when you got Kamara in the backfield doing little draw-off plays where the receivers do deep routes and Kamara's one-on-one with a linebacker, really isn't much different from a run.
Like an extended run.
Yeah, so I think that's more to do with the run game because we have a Kamara that just one-on-one with a linebacker. I prefer that than giving him ABC hole to run through.
And that could be game planned also because the Texans got a pretty decent run defense also.
By the way, Ryan Rams, how you say his last name? Ramczyk.
Oh, he had
great job against J.J. Watt. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Did not record a tackle. Did not record a sack. Nothing. Did not. I think he disturbed Drew Brees one time.
Yeah.
And that's when Ryan held him. But that was it. Oh.
Phenomenal.
All pro
and even
performance.
The hold was smart.
I think
it was smart because JJ finally had the edge. And he didn't want Breeze to get killed. So it was actually a smart.
It was good, but JJ didn't even respond to where's the holding call. He didn't turn to see if the flag was thrown or anything. So it wasn't like JJ thought it was a clear hold
from the Jimmy Graham trade.
Exactly.
Actually, the whole offensive line played great. Even the rookie, Eric McCoy, first game. In a huge game that.
He looked great.
There was no penetration from the middle.
No. I think they got 1 sack to our 7 sacks.
6 sacks for us, 1 for them.
That is phenomenal.
You don't hear his name, he had a good game. That's how it goes with that.
Definitely. And a few pass catchers that I want to talk. Michael Thomas, 10 catches, 123 yards. And Ted Ginn, I didn't even think he had that good of a game.
Oh, he had a
7 catches,
Quiet
101 yards.
Most of that came in late, but he had a great game.
But that's just that veteran.
He caught all 7.
Yeah, that's just that veteran knowledge. Find the open spot. He knows what game time situation. You saw when Drew Brees was going to him. Catch, turn around, get down. Catch, turn around, get down. Get open for him. Let Drew give you the ball, and let's go. Because once we got into that,
guy to have on a team.
Yeah, once we got
had
into
a lot
that
of
mode,
question marks about who's gonna be our second receiver, and it's Ted Ginn, and that's a pretty good second receiver, Ted Ginn.
Well, we saw a little flash of Traquan. He had a touchdown last night, but
we saw a little flash of
2
Cook
catches,
too. But he was
26
quiet.
yards. He only had 2 catches, but yeah, he had a touchdown. And main thing, he didn't drop no balls.
Exactly.
That was the issue from him last year. He was dropping a lot of balls. So
Jared Cook was fairly quiet after that long corner pass.
well, 2 catches, 37 yards, and he wasn't even in the game for a lot of passing downs, which was very surprising.
Yeah.
But I think later on,
it might be trying
down
to
the
work him
year.
in slow.
Well, he's an old guy. He's 35 years old. I think we're saving him for when
later in the season.
Later in the season, definitely.
Makes sense.